The cars, however, have entered the most rain-soaked area of the route, and Voigt, in his A-Team Safari, lead a cautious group of vehicles through the slush. The Beetle of Westlau and Blankner are up with a bunch, as is Obut Carolyn, driving his brother's Class 9 single-seater special. At 8 a.m. on the dot, Davies, the first bike to be released, enters the section. Ahead lie 450 kilometers of back-breaking road. Seconds seem like hours for Willie Island as he anxiously awaits the countdown. Cox is third to go, close on the heels of Ireland. Ireland on the KTM arrives first at the Setlacholi River crossing. A good few minutes ahead of Davies. When Davies does arrive, problems are evident. The Kawasaki has broken exhaust, and the resulting loss in back pressure is draining the big 500cc motor of almost all its power. A new system, however, is available at the service point, and if Jeremy can nurse the bike for the next 100 kilometers, he could still have a chance. Degener has up to now played the waiting game. Using the navigation aids of other vehicles, the single-seaters have stuck in the pack, often frustrated by the slow pace. Degener, wisely or not, makes his break, and at the checkpoint near Lochacheng, the little single-seater emerges first. This lead is short-lived, as some 50 kilometers later, Draper and Erasmus blast into sight. Degener is a close second, but the pack that so faithfully stuck together have dispersed, and at the service point, the fight for the lead is down to 2 cars.
How's it going, man?
No, we're okay. It's like a treasure hunt.
And lots of bad marking.
Bad marking, but it's super. It's a test, I want to tell you, boy.
Yeah. And punches and so on?
We had one puncher here, but we unfortunately took a goat down, but everything's going well.
Just watch out.
As the Nissan leaves, the Sandmaster arrives. Brother Gert, now out of the race himself, is there to assist. Both driver and car take on liquid of one type or another, the Sandmaster being particularly thirsty. Both are soon ready to roll. The bikers involved in a race of their own press on regardless. For Draper, with his big 4x4, opening farm gates presents no problem. Behind him, Degener has gone missing, and now tailgating the Safari are Saki Kukumur and Frikpuri. With the race now 3/4 through, it seems an almost certain win for the Nissan. Draper attacks the mud hole with such aggression that the truck bounces and twists with the effort. At the same obstacle, Saki again chooses the bad line and drives the Beetle into trouble. Frick, with his overalls still spick and span, must respectfully get out and push. Progress is slow, but a few minutes later, having been blasted by the rooster tail of mud, Frick emerges and allows a local farmer and his tractor to complete the job. Now 5 rand lighter, a very soggy Frick Fourie climbs back into his vehicle, and soon the V-dub is back in the race. Lying third and closing, Wilfred and Dagmar hit the mud on just the right line and blast through the slush without delay. Degner, now 7th, due to a lack of navigation, chooses his line carefully and makes it through with ease. Others follow, including the Toyota Hilux of Koos Neyman and Piet Du Plessis. From starting 59th, they now feature in the front 10. The leading bike, unmistakably Willie Ireland, soon arrives. With no problems to speak of, Willie has opened a huge lead on second rider Alfie Cox. The KTM too gets through without problems. Despite an almost obvious line, some still choose the danger zone. Alfie arrives 5 minutes behind Ireland, with Kevin Tebbit reportedly third. Davies, having to replace his exhaust system, was 25 minutes behind the leader at the service point. On the home straight, disaster strikes Draper's Safari. The fast pace has taken its toll, and a broken clutch puts paid to the Nissan. This promotes the Westlaw Beetle into first spot, while behind them Andre Cook, himself a backmarker, moves up a place. Tebbit senses a Davies threat and rides off his limit. Thrown high side off his bike, Kevin lies winded and sore in the dirt. Thankfully, Kevin's injuries are minimal, mainly shock-related, and with encouragement, he's soon on his feet. Davies arrives, obviously concerned about Kevin, but is waved on by the crowd. He's now third and has made 10 minutes on the leader. Kevin rejoins the race. His reflex is still somewhat shaky, but he is not the only one with problems. The final stages of the race have well and truly put the vehicles to the ultimate test. Wilfred and Dagmar limped their Beetle over the finish line. The car's back suspension totally collapsed. Having started in 26th place, they were soon amongst the leaders and the eventual winners. Willie Ireland on his KTM has ridden a fantastic race. After taking the lead fairly early from Davies, Willie has set the pace and at one stage had even overtaken the leading car. Besides a mud hole close to the end that almost engulfed the KTM, Willie has had a clear run to the line. He takes the honours with only 4 minutes to spare. As Jeremy Davies flies into the finish, an outstanding effort from this rider hit so early with misfortune. Maritzburg-based rider Alfie Cox arrives at the finish in 3rd place, with still no sign of a second car. Unbelievably, the outline of Toyota Hilux takes shape as it races for the line with the motor sounding like new, and not even a puncture from its general RVTs. Koos Neyman and Piet du Plessis have almost done the impossible, from 59th to 2nd in 7.5 hours.
Dit was heerlijk geweest, baie dankie. Ons het lekker gery. Ons het nergens nee, geen papwiel nie, ons het nooit verdwaal nie. Die motor was uitstekend. Dit was net 'n wonderlike masjien om mee te ry. Dit was baie lekker. Dankie. Baie dankie.
And so the results. Veslau and Blankner take Class 2. Koos Neyman and Piet du Plessis win Class 5. Class 1 goes to Ronnie and Zonia Stanton. Class 3 to Bill Angus and Derek Weatherall. Class 4 to Kobus van der Berg and Koos Sutherland. Class 6 to Stratford Voigt and Walter Schleicher. Class 7 goes to Charles Higgs and Dries de Klerk. Class 8 to Ralph Barnes and Stuart Spence. Klaus Degener won Class 9 and Robbie Walk Class 10. On the bike side, Willie Island takes overall honours and Class 13, while Class 11 was won by Mike Kent and Alfie Cox wins Class 12.